K Pasa.
Welcome to the K Pasa podcast, everybody.
You know,
I'm your host, the ringleader, Cake.
and I'm the co-host, the Rookie of the Year, two-time MVP, action-packed Montreal Bailey.
All right, this week we got some murders going on. We got some murders in
Murder with a case.
the wonderful city of Buffalo, black community that I never knew existed.
Yeah. Didn't even know black people.
I
in
didn't
Buffalo
know
like
it was
that.
so many black people in Buffalo, New York. I thought it was an all Caucasian city.
Same here.
But I found out different because of a 18-year-old.
Yes, the mass shooting there. I'm pretty sure everybody know about.
18-year-old this Saturday that just passed. Went to Buffalo, New York, drove 3 hours just to kill 10 people, shot like 12 or 13 people, like 10 died.
Yeah,
I'm assuming all of them that died were black.
I think it was one white woman.
I don't know. I don't think they released
I
pictures.
think it was 9 black people and one white woman.
Okay. So just a terrible situation of white supremacy with just pure evil and hate and I don't know what got me the most is when I saw the grandmother that got killed. Like she looked like she could have been anybody's grandmother. I don't know how old she was, but she was old, maybe like 70 some years old or
She was a
something.
very church going woman.
Married to a preacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen the pictures of the other people that got shot, but I saw that one. And I saw the security guard, the black security guard who was shooting back at the perpetrator. Terrorists.
Yeah. Terrorists.
Yeah, terrorists on American soil. Yeah. I think they said they're gonna charge him with a hate crime.
Yeah.
But I want to say this.
Life.
Yeah, I think he drove to a city because there's black people in different cities, different towns, just as many. If you're gonna drive 3 hours to commit a crime like this, he could have picked any city or town within 3 hours if that was his maximum time frame. Like if he said, I ain't driving no further than 3 hours. Okay. I think he drove somewhere where they don't have death penalty on the table. They only got life in prison. The reason why I said it is because they say when they capture,
that. You told me something new.
Yeah. And the reason why I want to say that he thought about that is because he had an opportunity to shoot himself, put the gun to his neck, and he did. He put the gun down. So that meant he valued his life and he thought about prison as an option versus killing himself. So with that being said, if he didn't want to die, he had to think about prison.
So the confusing part about this situation is he took off his helmet, took off his vest and everything to lay down so the cops could get him. Like you could tell this when the white privilege kick in. Cause a black guy, you would have got shot, but they brought him into custody.
Okay, we're gonna take it there. All right, so if we're gonna take it there, then we're gonna talk about that. Let's just say that
he felt real comfortable the way he took off.
Yeah, I want to say he felt like it's his country, like it's a white country. He know that. I mean, a lot of people say that
you just killed a security guard, a bunch of people, and the security guard.
I mean, it's heartbreaking that somebody would have that much hate in their heart. At the same time, I want to say that a lot of white people feel that, or they know that white privilege is real, but being that white privilege is so dominant in the United States, what would happen if he were black? Would he have made it?
You already know what would have happened.
I mean, I don't know that.
Shoot. They'll kill you for stealing cigarettes.
I can't say for sure.
Gun on you.
I can't say for sure. Yeah, I can say for sure. I can't say for sure though. You know what I mean? I can't say for sure. I can't. It's some black people
you
being
shot 10 people. Oh, it's over for you.
I'm gonna tell you. I can't say for sure, but I'm gonna tell you in my personal opinion, I think they would have killed him if they saw that police officer on the ground or ex-police officer on the ground dead, and you killed one of theirs.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like you're gonna die.
I give her 99.8%.
And they would have said they don't know who shot the bullet, they don't know where it came from, and you would have never heard anything about it because who would care that if you were black and you got killed by the police after you killed 10 people, 10 white people, or 10 black people?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be biased on the color of the people. I'm going to be biased on the color of the shooter. Because if you're a black person and you killed 10 black people, they would still shoot you.
Yeah.
If you're a black person and you killed 10 white people, they would still shoot
for you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I say if he was a black shooter, I didn't even see a black eye on this dude. Let me know in the comments.
He was looking fresh when he was.
Let me know in the comments if y'all saw a black eye on the dude or a scratch or a mark of blood. Because the last time this guy that was just in court crying, doing that fake crying after he shot 2 white people, he got found not guilty. Donald Trump was supporting him, and whatever his name was, he went to a Black Lives march or something like that. He ended up killing 2 white people. Okay, they let him go. But Kyle Rittenhouse, wasn't that his name, Kyle Rittenhouse? Okay. They gave him a bottle of water while he was sitting down. They were talking to him, giving him water and stuff like that.
What about my man that shot the black church up? They gave him food. I don't know his name. But...
I'm a black man living in the United States. For the people that's watching this in other countries, I'm a black man living in the United States. And
you're a little lighter though.
I can't say that it's
might could pass a little bit.
Because I got Indian in it. It's the Indian.
Native American.
That Native American. So it's really my country. It's really my country. Because you know what I'm saying? I got Native American in me. Yeah. Okay.
Same here.
So with that being said, it's much easier than it was for the people that came before us. Yeah. For granddad and great granddad. It's much easier. That doesn't mean what's going on is acceptable. Yeah. They say that the police,
they had go through a lot too.
They say that the police was created to patrol for black people and catch the black people during slavery time, round them up.
Yeah, the round up.
I wasn't there. I don't know that. I'm going off of what I heard. Mm-hmm. And everything that I've learned from history is what I've heard. Yeah. So I can't debunk that and say it's not true because I wasn't there. That's what I heard. I heard George Washington was the president before. That's what I heard. I wasn't there, but they said it's facts. So I'm going to take this as the police was created to patrol for black people back in the days as facts. Because that's what I heard.
And they still here to patrol.
I mean, I don't believe everything I heard, but I do believe that because it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, my co-host believes in defunding the police, and I don't. So we had a lot to talk about, but I think what we going to I think this topic right here is going to go over the time limit, and we ain't gonna be able to get talk about everything we wanted to talk about today because we're going to stay on this subject for way too long because this is very important and the people need to talk about it. And just because we sit beside each other, we have different views all the time. Mm-hmm. For the jab, I was for the jab. He was totally against the jab. I'm not going to say the word because sometimes when you put the word on YouTube, they got problems with that. Yeah. But everybody know the jab, the needle, or whatever. I was for it. He was against it. Okay. Same thing with defunding the police. I am for not defunding the police. He is for defunding the police. You know what I'm saying? He said the policemen do absolutely nothing for everybody, not only the black community. I think the police are a good to have. On the flip side of that, I've been arrested 7 times. Arrested in handcuffs and taken to jail 7 times in my life. He's been arrested maybe 0 to 1. You know what I'm saying?
Twice.
So with that being said, you would think that I would be okay, say 2 times. Okay, so with that being said, you would think that I've been to prison, he hasn't. So I would say that you would think that I would be like if the police, and he would be more towards the what you call free what they call it when you ain't got a civilian. He'll be a civilian and I never been in a gang. I got on a red shirt. I've never been in a gang. So whatever. What I'm trying to say is I'm not in a gang, but for the outside people looking in, you might think, hey, he the gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? And he is the civilian, the 9 to 5. Civilian. But I have been to prison. He's not been to prison. He is for defunding the police.
I'm not saying exactly defund them.
We had phone conversations, and what I got from it,
worthless.
Break it down. How do you feel about the police without cursing and using profanity? Why do you feel that way? Let us know. Why do you feel that way? Because we have had many conversations.
My mom's house got broken into, and that was the only time we ever called the police. When the police came, they asked, was any drugs in the house? I'm like, that's like irrelevant. I was like, get some fingerprints or something. They talking about, oh, we don't got the stuff to do the fingerprints. Well, all this tax-paying money, how y'all don't got nothing to get no fingerprints or even do anything possible? Then they just like walked off. Then I also have been pulled out my car and
slammed on the ground.
Slammed on the ground, put in handcuffs a bunch of times by police.
Me too.
A bunch of times for like no reason.
Me too.
So I'm like, what do the police even do? The only thing you could use the police for, if it's like, maybe if somebody breaking your house and you call the police, like, oh, somebody in my house or something. But then still you going through so many people before the police even actually show up. By the end, you done got robbed or beat up or anything. It's like you really can't use the police for anything, really.
So why do you think I've been slammed on the ground multiple occasions?
Because you black.
I've been slammed on the ground multiple occasions, and I also been beat by the police twice. Good. I'm talking about real beatings, like when a gang initiation type of style. One of them was initiation type of style. The first time. Why do you feel like
cop, so you down with them now?
Nah, I'm just saying. Why do you feel? Why do you think that? Yeah. But why do you feel that I am still thinking
for the
cops and you not? And I've been through more with the police.
I don't know. Confused.
And when I was in the prison, they treat you like a bent over cough, like disrespectful, calling you boy, all types of stuff. Why do you think I'm still for them and you're not?
I remember they grabbed my and made me cough.
Yeah, I'm saying I went through that a lot of times. Every time I went to visit, I had to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think? Before I explain to you, I
don't know. I'm confused.
So you don't know why I would be so you only looking one way. So you don't see why the people that are
look at the positive for them.
I'm not saying I'm support. Yeah, I guess you would call it supporting.
I almost can't figure out
why a black person would be for the police.
No, not even a black person. Just
anybody.
They don't do
you gotta
anything.
Explain yourself.
They
don't
do anything, like really. They don't do.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Now
because we started off with the Buffalo shooter. We started off with the Buffalo shooter, right? Who stopped the Buffalo shooter?
I get it. That,
but your question.
But
that's
what
the
I
answer
said
to
earlier,
your question. I mean,
how many? Earlier, I'm like, everybody should be supplied with guns. Like,
how many people could have been the shooter, the guy, the security guard that was working at the grocery store? He had a gun. He shot the man in
like
the
if I would have been there,
him.
I would have shot that dude too.
Yeah,
if I
but
had my gun.
he has a bulletproof vest and a helmet.
Yeah,
technical equipment, camouflage, technical bulletproof stuff that he has that on and you don't. He probably would have killed you, just like he killed the other dude with a gun. I mean, that's what he went there to do, kill people. You could shoot him, it won't do nothing like shooting RoboCop or the Terminator. And he shoot you one time and you fall down, drop the gun. Then he murder you.
But that's what happened to the
But when the police come, he know, hey, this a lose situation if I keep fighting, so I'm gonna surrender. That's what the police good for. I mean, you know how many other people could have died if it won't for the police.
So what about the police that don't shoot? What was
you're gonna have good people
what and jump with a? Never mind.
Come on, man.
I can't remember the story.
That's why I'm for the police. I'm not like a sucker, some sucker just saying like arrest, chase down all the black people and lock them up. The black people destroying my neighborhood. They playing loud music. Police, please come and take them to jail and kick their ass before you arrest them. I'm not that person. I'm the person that's saying you call the police, he come, stop the person that's shooting inside of the grocery store to save lives. If it's one life that they could save, then save that one life. If they get there, the seconds matter, the minutes matter, the faster they get there, the more lives they can save. That's all I'm saying. When
that's how I was like, don't really defund them, but I was like, don't. What can we do?
Come on, man. I mean, like, I kind of understand where you're going. Like, you don't want to just do away with the police altogether.
Yeah, but
you want to punish the police.
They got way too much power though for them.
Why you just can't advocate for some type of punishment for breaking the laws like we got? Like when you speed, you get a ticket.
They still get off.
If you go over this amount, you get your license taken.
Cause they'll pass me going 75 all the time. And
do you think 55. Body cameras is the first method of helping the
situation?
Body
cameras are like the smartest thing that ever done.
So do you think defunding the police was?
I'm not saying
take back some of the money they need to buy more body cameras to make sure.
Defund, but with my taxpayer money,
saying? So what you saying?
With my taxpayer money,
okay. What do you think needs to be done?
We need more. Yeah, we need body cams. That's one thing.
If you're not saying defund the police, what you saying need to be done? You gotta say something.
Let them keep the same pay they're making now. Don't give them more money. Don't give them more stuff to take us out with.
So there'll be less people wanting to be policemen.
Nah, people gonna want to be policemen.
Nah, not really. Yes. If they only making McDonald's money,
they loaded with.
Why would somebody want to risk their life?
They loaded with people that get bullied in school and want to be policemen.
Some cities don't have enough policemen. Some people don't have enough policemen.
We have too many policemen in our area.
I think that you're gonna have good apples and bad apples in every job.
And that we had this subject. If a police see this, they're gonna be harassed.
You're gonna have racism in every job, at every job. So this is just another job. I think when it comes to the police situation, a lot of people are in fear for their lives more than any other job. And I think that if you're scared, go to church. You don't need to be a policeman.
Yeah.
You need to be a policeman. That's the main
problem.
Yeah, that's the main problem. I think they need to be vetted more, like when you vet people going into the military. Like they gotta pass this, pass that, pass this, pass that.
And that's another thing. The other countries, when they do training with the police, they go through months of training before they even let them go out there. But in America, for some reason, you got like 2 days.
All you got to do is go be a jailer at the jail, be a jailer at the jail, and then you could be a policeman.
That's basically what it is.
I mean, but not everybody wants to be a policeman, so you got to take what
fight
you
with
can
some
get.
black people. Oh yeah, come on, you be a police.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to think. Have I ever had a decent encounter with the policeman before I bashed the policeman? I've had a lot of encounters with the policeman. Sometimes, not saying I've been arrested every time that I have encountered a policeman. So, and I understand that the policeman's job is to keep crime off the street. And if you're a person that's committing crimes, then their job is to try to get. Have I ever what?
Have you ever
asked me some
used a policeman in a positive way?
Me? Have I ever used a policeman?
Have you ever seen somebody really use a policeman as a positive way? Have a policeman ever done
anything for me?
Yeah.
Positive?
I'll tell you what happened the one time we did call the police. What happened?
I can't say.
I was like, man, I am never calling the police again.
I can't really say the police have done anything, but I can say that if I needed the police, I would call them.
Yeah, you got to. Even if something happened and you don't call the police, they still put you in the wrong.
Yeah, but as of right now,
I didn't even know if you hit a deer.
I'm thinking, why you talking?
Don't call the police. That you still get in trouble. You'll get a ticket for that.
Yeah, it's called leaving the scene of an accident.
Motherfuckers will get money off you.
It's called leaving the scene of an accident.
They're gonna get you some type of way.
Nah, I just thought of something.
It's crazy.
I had an accident one time.
Yeah.
And me and this lady, she hit my car, and we were fussing in the mall parking lot, and the police came and defused the situation.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you about one of my run-ins. Look, it was snowing. That made me work. It was snowing. So on my way home, I got in a wreck. I was going around a curve and I was like slid in the ditch. I was driving slow. The dude behind me was like, "Dad, you wasn't even going fast." So the police came. The dude behind me helped me like change my tire and stuff because my car wasn't real bad. He pulled me out the ditch because he hit the truck. The police came, and you know that motherfucker said, I don't know, like a blank cursing out, sorry. But you know, he said, I should give you a ticket for them slick tires.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, man, come on.
It's right though. He right. He right. That wasn't because you could have hydroplaned and went in the other lane and killed some people.
Yeah, I tried to go home. They wouldn't let me on work.
That's a terrible story.
I was like,
that's a terrible point you're trying to make. You just ran yourself because you were breaking the law because you got to pass inspection.
It passed inspection. They wasn't that slick.
It probably passed inspection 9 months ago when you had grip.
The tire busted in. The tire was busted.
He looked at him. But did he give you a ticket for that?
No.
Right. So the police helped.
I had to talk nice.
So that is one time that the police did let you slide.
But he didn't do anything.
He told you that he letting you slide because he could give you a ticket for the slick tires, but he didn't. So
I let him slide too.
I'm saying that people always arguing about what the police doing bad, but hey, the man let you slide, and that was like he say you probably 2 tickets. And money going to court, cost of court, paying the ticket off and everything. Because he's saying, hey, you slid in the ditch because of the tires. But I'm not going to tax you for that. I know you having a bad day already. But
it was get you some too.
I'm just saying.
I just was like,
because
it was don't want no ticket.
Tough,
about talk jump.
It's called tough love. You know what I'm saying? That's the meaning of tough love. Talk jump, but make your point, but let somebody slide.
What shit that will pull me out the ditch.
The man already behind you was already doing that already.
He should have held. He just got out. Like,
the man that
he just got out to write me a ticket. And then
you gotta appreciate the little things.
He ain't feel like writing.
That's what life about. I think that's what life about. People appreciating the little stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate the small things. The man say you're a ticket. What I want to do is I want to go to a clip of when it first happened.
Yeah.
Of
because we've been talking about this clip here, and we want to see what y'all think about We're gonna talk about it after the.
Yeah, a guy was interviewed on the day that it happened in the daytime, and then I saw the clip of what happened at night. The same reporter asked the guy later on, after the guy saw him take his helmet off, he realized, hey, I talked to this guy earlier.
Yeah. Well, earlier or yesterday, the day before.
Well, earlier could be the day before or yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. So
earlier, man, earlier.
When he took his mask off, well, the helmet off, the guy was like, realized that he knew the guy. They had already talked earlier. And
they had interviewed the dude already. And the dude was like, I just left from the store.
Yeah.
So, and they were like, yeah, I heard some gunshots. Everybody started running. That was in the daytime. And then later, when he saw the dude take his helmet off, he was like, wait, I talked to that guy yesterday. That's the same guy. And then he told the same reporter over again, but it was nighttime.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to show y'all a clip of that. Check it out, what this dude say. And then after we show y'all this clip of the dude talking to the news reporter, we got some questions for y'all or what y'all think about it. Check it out.
That you actually spoke with the suspect yesterday. He was here. Tell me more about that.
I seen him, and he looked strange in the neighborhood, but he had a genius shirt on, so I wanted to see if he was a genius. And we sat and talked about string theory, critical race theory, the beginning of civilization, and he seemed like he was a genius, actually. He said he came up just to see the countryside, and he was going to go out camping. He bought a big thing, a jug of water. He had a little nervous twitch to him. I bought him something to drink, and we sat and talked for about an hour and 45 minutes after seeing the pictures and seeing the blue car that I seen him got into yesterday. So it's a shock right now, and he told me his name was Peyton. So it's a shock.
And we did see a blue car get taken away from this scene just about a half hour or so ago. And you were saying that you were speaking with him on a bench that's located outside of this Tops.
Yes.
That's the bench that earlier today, when I first got here, you were the first person I spoke to. You were telling me that bench is your office.
Yes.
And you usually like to stop and sit there and talk to people that are passing by. Today, you didn't stop.
Yes.
So walk me through your afternoon here at the Tops.
Well, I went in there and got me some a juice, and I didn't want to sit there today, so I walked across the street and I opened up my juice. And as I opened up my juice, I heard what I knew wasn't a firecracker. And I looked up and I seen a guy shooting people. Then I seen a security guard run inside, and then I seen him going after him, shooting. And I saw him come back out, and he had all camouflage on, and glasses and helmet, and then he put the gun to his head, and he dropped it. He took off his gloves. He took off his gun, put it down. He took off his vest, and then he got on his knees and laid down and put his hands behind his back, and they arrested him at that point.
And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, you were telling me about the security guard, the former Buffalo police officer who has tragically died in this incident. You were telling me today he told you no lingering around the store. We gotta keep it clear.
Yes.
You credited that man with saving your life.
Yes, I heard him say to someone, "There's no lingering around the store." So, me knowing that he is a Buffalo police officer, I never really wanted to give him an opportunity to say anything to me. So when I do go, I shop and I leave, and that's the reason why I left. Because I heard him tell people that a couple times. So you don't really got to tell me something 4 or 5 times for me to understand. And from what I heard, he went back and he shot at him when he went in the store. So yeah, but if he wasn't there, I would have been sitting there. So I'm definitely thankful that I heard him say that. Yes, I'm definitely thankful to Mr. Salters. Yes, definitely.
Well, Mr. Lewis, thank you so much for joining me here tonight and for telling me your story earlier today. I appreciate it. This entire community here is mourning this tragic loss. There's a memorial set up down Landon Street here. A truly challenging, difficult, sad, heartbreaking day here in the city of Buffalo.
All right, so basically, What he's saying is he usually goes to the bench and sit down.
Really chill at the bench.
But that day the police were there. But we're gonna call him the police because he retired. But you know, anybody of authority that carries a weapon that works at a place, even if they not the police, black people call them the police.
Yeah.
If it don't matter if you really the police or you just security, we call you the police.
Yeah.
Even a snitch in the streets, we call him the police. So I'm gonna just say it like that. And rest in peace to him too, the policeman, officer, retired policeman that got shot.
Brave man.
Yeah. So he saved some lives that day. So shout out to him. But what he's saying is he usually go down there. He called the bench his office. So he there every day.
Yeah, every day.
So only time he not there is when the police there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the security guard. So when he sees the security guard there, he gonna leave. And he heard the police telling other people to keep it moving. If you ain't buying nothing, if you ain't buying nothing, don't even hang out.
So they probably got a problem with people hanging around the store.
Yeah, it probably like any other black establishment. It's the place that everybody meet up and just talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just chilling. Like you buy something and then go outside and they say, hey, you ain't buying nothing. You got to keep it moving. And you hold up your juice and say, I just bought this juice, so I'm spending money, so just let me be. But that day, he heard the police saying, keep it moving. He don't care if you bought a juice or not, just get out of here.
Yeah.
So that day, he kept it moving. He went across the street. And when he got across the street, he heard guns going off, gunshots. So,
and when after all the commotion and everything, when the guy took his helmet, his vest, and everything off, he looked at him like, "Yo, I know that guy.
I know that guy. I talked to him
yesterday.
So, what we were discussing before we went on the air is, the guy mentioned that we just heard from. He mentioned that they had a conversation.
Yeah, about a whole bunch of stuff.
A whole bunch of
evolution and everything. Like
evolution conversations are just like religious conversations. They can get real deep.
Yeah.
Where did the earth start? Who is the real leaders or the first man?
The first man. Yeah.
So a lot of people say the black man was the first man.
Yeah.
So being a black man, himself, not me, himself, he's gonna say, hey, the black man was the first man.
We are the original man.
We are the original man. So and we know this guy was a white supremacist.
Racist type guy.
Racist white supremacist.
Like, no, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, so they probably had a disagreement about that. The black man that we just heard from didn't say that though.
Yeah.
But we being people, we know how conversations can go left sometimes.
Yeah.
This white man just pop up talking about who was the first man. Basically, what he's saying, they had conversations about who was the first man. Or somewhere along those lines.
Well, he said multiple stuff they had conversations about.
Right.
Everything that he said they had conversations
touchy
about.
Topics.
Like,
touchy.
Stuff that get you in disagreements.
Right. So what we were saying before the show, could this man have been the reason or had something to do with why he shot up the place?
Yeah.
Even though he was going to shoot up the place, that was his plan anyway. Could it push him even more?
React more like
because of their conversation.
And then we were saying that he probably was like, once they got a disagreement, he probably like, man, forget you, cracker. You better not come over here no more.
Yeah, he could have told him don't come back to the store. Like they could have had a disagreement to the point where like they wanted to fight almost, like yelling at each other. Not so much wanted to fight, but kind of aggressive conversation.
Yeah. And then he was like, okay, you be here tomorrow.
Yeah, you be here tomorrow. I'm coming back later. Or I got something for you type of situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though he didn't say that, we know how things work in the real world. He could have been like, oh, okay, you feel like that? That's how you feel? I got something for you. You be here tomorrow and I'm going to show you. Or something like that. Or even if he just said it in his mind or in his head, like, I'm going to get him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It could have happened. Allegedly, we just saying,
we just talking.
It could have happened.
This could be.
We're
true,
not saying that this is how it went down, but we
get deeper in the thing.
Yeah,
we really try to find out the source.
Because I think he was like one of the only people that came forth saying I had a conversation with this guy.
Yeah.
The only black person or the only person that has came forward saying I spoke to him before this incident occurred. And the way he brought up what they talked about, we say, hey, they talked about some deep stuff.
Yeah. And they had to be a long conversation too.
He said they talked for an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, they would.
So they was into it deep. Yeah. And then the next day, just so happened, he come back and start killing people, black people.
Yeah.
So what made him not shoot people that day, the first day he went to the store, but came back the second day and did it?
And done it. He's like, okay, I got you. You wait till I go get my helmet and my vest.
Or if you believe in God, could it be that God sent the black guy that we just heard from to talk to him, try to stop him,
try to
intervene
another direction,
but it just didn't work out?
Yeah.
God sent him because God get everybody free will. God ain't gonna come down and grab the gun and say, put the gun down. He give you free choice to do what you want. But I feel like sometimes God send people to try to, he put in people's heart to go talk to this guy. Yeah. This guy looked kind of suspicious. He looked like he up to something. Go see what's wrong with him. See what's on his mind.
Yeah.
And maybe when they talk, it could have been a positive conversation. Yeah. But we saying now it could have also been a negative conversation. So, all right, that's our take on that. What we got next?
What we're gonna talk about next? We want to go to your boy Young Thug, or
YSL member Young Thug, or they call it Young Stoner Life in the hip hop world, in the rap community, or whatever you want to call it, professional community, but
music industry,
entertainment. Yeah. But when it comes to the street life, they call it Young Slime Life. That's what YSL stands for on the streets. Supposed to be affiliated with the Blood Gang. Okay.
They don't know how to keep
the street separated from the music industry.
The lifestyle, like, once you need to learn, if you're in the streets, you need to be in the streets because you have to. Like, if you done made it and you're doing good, you need to stay away from all that stuff. And they just can't separate that for some reason.
I feel like back in the days, I don't want to say too far back in the days, I'm gonna say 15 years ago, people were hustling and the music industry was the way out of the street.
Yeah.
And the rappers used to rap about things that they saw other people do. Now the new generation rappers, they want to rap about things that they are really doing. So they come in the game not so much hustling, but to prove that they live, what they rap about, they hustle.
Yeah.
So is that hustling backwards?
Very backwards.
Is that hustling backwards or what? Because used to when you made it in the rap industry or the music world, you quit the streets.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, I won.
Yeah, I'm here now. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Like a Ice Cube or
Eazy-E.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get your drug money
and
start a record company. Yeah. Now you get your music thing popping.
Jay-Z, Snoop.
Yeah, Jay-Z, another one. And then now what you do is you start your record company and then take over the streets. Is it because hey, I'm in the music world, but I don't have enough money to take care of everybody. But here go 10, 20, 30,000. Go buy y'all some dope. And I got y'all that way.
Yeah.
I can't take all y'all on tour with me, but I can take some of my money and put y'all on so y'all can run the streets. Is that where the RICO comes up at in this case? Did Young Thug and Gunna, I'm gonna put Gunna kind of low on this. I'm gonna put Thug kind of high because he got more charges. He got like 7 charges. Say that he rented a car in 2013 and that's the car that was used to commit a murder. Okay, that's the same thing. What's his name from Heavy Camp? You know, the one that rap with Yo Gotti.
Oh, it's about Dolph.
No, not Dolph. Don't rap with no Yo Gotti.
No, Dolph, the one that got killed.
Yeah, Dolph got
Oh,
killed.
you talking about
the crazy one that rap with him. The one that got charged for shooting at Dolph in Charlotte. Man, my mind. No, not Money Bag. The other guy, young, what's the name? The crazy one.
I can't remember all these dudes.
Well, anyway, he got charged for the same thing. It'll come to him in a minute while I'm talking. But I think Young Thug took his money that he was making from his rap career and gave it to the people on the streets, and they started hustling for him. Basically, like, I got the money, I know the people, I ain't gonna really touch the stuff, but he was touching the stuff because he got caught with some of it in the house along with some guns, and some of the guns had switches to make it automatic.
Yeah.
So that's like another charge.
Yeah.
Like,
you think you gonna pull a Tekashi?
Will he pull a Tekashi? I don't think in this situation he can pull a Tekashi because I think that they have who they want.
Yeah.
In the Tekashi case, I think they wanted
got the privilege. Like
I think they wanted all the
other dudes.
Other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's his name? The Treyway was the name of the gang.
Treyway. I don't know none of them.
I think they wanted
none of them.
Yeah, but I think in 6ix9ine case, they wanted information on those people. So to put them away. But in this situation, they want information on Young Thug to put him away. So they're going to go lower. Say they arrested 28 people. So they're going to go lower to those other 27 people and ask them questions about Thug. So the 6ix9ine is going to be lower level people to tell us about Thug.
The way they used to try to get 50.
Yeah. So do I think it's going to be some 6ix9ines in this case? Yes. But it's not going to be Thug because they got who they want. Because sometimes
anybody know what Baby said about the situation?
You know what?
I
was asking myself the same thing. If it's a RICO, and one time Baby always say I'm blood, I'm the boss or whatever, and Thug was under him.
Yeah.
Could Thug be 6ix9ine to Baby? Could he say? Oh, could they say, "Okay, Thug, we got you."
Yeah.
But we really want Baby.
Yeah.
And why did this RICO never happen to Baby?
Yeah.
Is it because Baby is not living in Atlanta, and this is a state case, a state Atlanta case, and not a federal case? Could it only be because the people that live in Atlanta are being charged? If you don't live in Atlanta, the feds gonna have to get those people. We just got the authority to get the people that live in the ATL.
Yeah.
And another thing that came across my mind.
We ain't snitching either. We just
it ain't eating cheese. Because I ain't even really I'm not really running over the charges or nothing like that, or saying he did this. I think he did this, but I know one thing for sure. That's stupid. Why would you rent a
one
car?
thing that's stupid.
Why would you rent a car in your name that somebody used in a murder and you young thug? Do you have some girls or some women that can rent you a car?
Yeah.
Why do you have to put your name on this account at Hertz or Avis or whatever the rental place is? Why do you have to walk in there, get the car, and give it to the people to go do a murder and then bring the car back so I could turn it in? That's like the dumbest thing ever. And that's why I say, did he get this RICO case? Because he is using the money to buy the drugs and the guns for the people. Does he deserve it?
I don't know. These new guys, I don't know what's going on.
If you so dumb that you will rent a car for somebody to go do a murder, do you deserve it to get caught? Do you supposed to be in the streets? Are you really a street person, or are you really a music person? Because no street person that I know, and I grew up with tons of street people, would a real street person rent a car in their name to commit a murder and then turn the car back in?
You gotta think about the era, man. Our era, nobody would have done that. Now I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it's kind of hard. It's difficult to see the logic.
Anything out now.
It's hard to see the logic in renting a car to commit a murder, and then it's in your name. Like, I just can't see how you expect to get out of that. And they said they were watching them for 10 years.
Oh, they said 10. I didn't know that.
They watching the guy for 10 years. They got stuff on him 10 years old. And the car was rented in 2013. So that's one charge. So he's connected kind of to a murder. So I think the people that's connected to the murder side of it, I think they get it the worst. And then I think the people that's the drug dealers and the other people, they get the breaks. As long as it's not major, the people with the most charges and this murder case going to get the worst. That's connected to the murders. And one of the guys from YSL shot a policeman not too long ago. And I think that's what brought it down. Even though we looking for y'all and checking for y'all for 10 years, once y'all step on the police toes, shooting guns at them, we coming. Because we got, that can't happen again.
Yeah, so for you.
That cannot happen again. That's it. So we're going to pull up a clip, Young Thug getting arrested, or what's going on with Thugger. And I like Young Thug music, but I never really trusted him.
That my joint.
I never really trusted him. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't trust somebody that you can't figure out, because he wear a dress.
Yeah, one day, and then you can't trust somebody who named Young Thug.
Yeah, and that's bad when you go to court.
Yeah.
One of them named Gunner, that may not shoot people or have them shot, and the next guy named Young Thug. And you know how they treated Tupac.
So they walk in, the judge like just shaking his head.
Yes, terrible.
So
Your name is Thug.
Paper,
oh yeah, Young Thug. Also his name Jeffrey, right? Also known as Young Thug.
Yeah, you can't believe that Gunner.
And Gunner. And I think Gunner got one charge. He just charged with, I think, wearing a chain. So they trying to put him in it because he wear YSL chain. Oh, yeah. But that's the way the RICO go. They affiliate you. Yeah. And if you're always with this person and they got proof of being with the person all the time, like every time you see me, you see him. I mean, of course they gonna lock us up together. So I mean, come on, we're gonna check out this clip. Check it out.
And this particular racketeering charge, according to the Fulton County prosecutor, was vast. In fact, they listed 180 plus different acts that they allege that Young Thug and his other co-defendants were taking part in, all part of the YSL, or Young Slime Life group, that he has accused of being part of. You're looking at Young Thug's mugshot. The Fulton County District Attorney claims the rapper, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams Jr., is part of a gang that used violence, drugs, and even murder to make money. Williams is one of 28 suspected members of the Young Slime Life charged with racketeering. He also faces criminal street gang charges. The 88-page, 56-count indictment lists more than 180 acts YSL members allegedly committed going back to January 2013. Williams' name comes up 35 times, including allegedly renting a car that was used in a murder, making terroristic threats while being kicked out of Perimeter Mall, receiving stolen guns, possession with intent to distribute meth, hydrocodone, and marijuana when he was arrested by Brookhaven police, and being part of a traffic stop in which police found numerous weapons, including an AK-47 with a 30-round magazine. The indictment claims Williams used his music, videos, and social media posts to spread YSL's power and territory. According to the indictment, YSL started in 2012 in the Cleveland Avenue area of Southeast Atlanta, but has spread since then. YSL is accused of being affiliated with the Bloods gang. The indictment says its members identify themselves by using hand signals, tattoos, and clothing with YSL or slime written on them, and often wear red for Bloods, green for slime.
All right, that's the rundown of it. He facing a lot of charges, and it ain't looking good for Young Thug. And I want to say that they also say I ran across some things that said they also got something about YFN Lucci, that he put a hit out on him, and YFN Lucci is in jail, the Fulton County jail. And he's also facing a separate RICO charge. And I think they have some phone conversations, because they say some gang members asked Thug told them to go ahead and do Lucci in, and they got it recorded. And they were talking on a cell phone. Okay, let me break this down. Let me break this down. Okay.
He gonna have it, Takashi get out of there.
Let's just say they were talking on the jail phone.
Yeah.
They say that it's being recorded.
Yeah.
From this call gonna be recorded. Whatever you say is gonna be recorded.
Yeah.
All right, boom. So that's a no-go.
Yeah, you already
You're not putting out no hits on a phone, a jail phone. All right, boom. So here you go. You got cell phones in jail. Everybody knows it's cell phones in jail.
Mm-hmm.
The police, securities, they bring the phones in jail and give to you for money. So the police had to bring in a phone that was already tapped to get to them in order for them to record it.
Full setup.
The police set them up.
Yeah.
The police set them up. So how you gonna get out of it now?
That's what the police good for. Going back to
yeah, they good for setting you up, but it's up to you to crash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the police bring in the guns. You thinking the cell phones. You thinking because you paid them that everything good to go. I'm not gonna talk on the jail phone that's hanging on the wall. Mm-hmm. We're gonna talk on these cell phones. So all the illegal activities and hits being made from this cell phone, but the police tapped the cell phone before they even gave it to the person they gave it to. Knowing that y'all gonna talk on this phone, they know you want the phone to say some illegal things or threats or put out murders or attempted murders. So they're gonna bring the phone in. Hey, you want a phone? Yeah, I got cool with this police officer.
Yeah.
And I can get a phone. Boom. Get it. Now they thinking, okay, can you get a charger too? We got the charger. He bought the charger and the phone. You know what I'm saying? But the phone already tapped. God. I mean, it's so
never
good.
learn.
The plot is so good that I mean, we got to give a hand to the police. The police. What's the right button to push? This one. Hey, we got to give a hand to the police on this one. Good job, policemen. Y'all tricked the hell out of them that time. Y'all got them.
What in the Rick Ross is going on?
I mean, it was a good setup because you know they're not going to plan nothing on the phone that's hanging on the wall because it's being recorded. The only way they're going to talk illegal, smuggle drugs and put out hits is on phones. So if the guards, the ones bringing in the phones, give the guard a phone that is already tapped.
You think it was Verizon or AT&T?
I don't know what it was, but it probably was one of them throwaway phones that they could tap. It looked like a trash phone, but it was actually a police phone, so it's already tapped. So they probably got. That's probably how they got all the
information they needed.
Yeah, so it's a go. So that's why they brought the case up now, and they saying it's a go because we got you. We got your voice up here saying, kill this person, stab this person, take them out, do this, do that. We got you on the burner phone. So I mean,
like lights out everybody except for my man right here. He cool. He could stay up.
I mean, maybe the guy that actually got the phone from the CO, maybe he knew that it was a bad phone.
And he about to.
Maybe he was the one working.
Maybe he did Tekashi.
Yeah, maybe he did Tekashi. Maybe he trying to work his way out of jail. Yeah, that's how it went down. But you heard that from here first before somebody else.
Yeah.
You heard it from the K-Pasta podcast.
We done told y'all to snitch already.
We already know how it go down. Yeah, whoever got that phone from the CO, that's the one you need to watch. Because he eating cheese. He in there eating up all the cheese. All right, so what you think gonna happen from here? You think they're gonna drop some of the charges? You think that
if
he can get out of it? What you think?
If he get out of this, is really something funny going on. Like if he get out of it, something funny going on.
The only way to get out of it,
a hard one right here.
The only way to get out of it would be to give up Birdman.
Yeah.
And here is something else that's different. Okay. That I thought about. All right. Okay. This Rico, we're gonna go back to the shooter. We're gonna go back to the shooter and we're gonna put that with the Rico case. Okay. The Rico case used to be only feds, but now states adapt their own Ricos and they like word it how they want to word it, but they kind of go with the same guidelines as the feds, what they started. But now different states have their own Rico. Okay, boom. You get charged, you go to state prison, right? Okay, you don't go to the feds prison, federal prison, you go to state prison. I'm thinking that way. All right, boom. The shooter that killed the people in Buffalo, he killed some people in New York, right? So instead of the state picking it up, they say it's a hate crime.
Yeah.
So now it's federal because it's a hate crime. It's not just a first degree murder and the state lock them up. Now they say it's a hate crime. So now the feds pick it up. When you just say he killed a lot of black people, he's a white person, he go to state pen, they'll kill him. And the black people kill him. Yeah. But since the feds picked it up, they can save his life actually by putting him in a safer place. So is it all a conspiracy? Because you know what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer and people like that?
Yeah.
They do something to black people, and when they get into prison, especially state prison, the the black people end up beating them to death. But if the feds come in and say, hey, we got it from here, it's a hate crime, so we got it from here. We gonna make sure he's safe. In other words, we ain't gonna let the black people kill him. We gonna put him in luxury. Because federal prison is way better than state prison. It's more comfortable and it's safer. So are they showing white privilege even more by doing this? Yeah, are they saying to him that, hey,
got me thinking
you
now.
can kill as many black people as you want, and we're gonna put you in the most comfortable prison that we can. We're gonna make sure you're safe. We're gonna make sure they don't kill you in prison. We got it from here. You know what I'm saying? The state, y'all can't mess with them. Y'all can't throw them in y'all dungeon.
It is something to think about, though.
Yeah, it's something to think about because it's real life.
My man out here studying.
Yeah, it's real life. It's real life. Like it's white privilege all over the case.
Yeah.
Because with Young Thug case, they gonna throw him in the darkest dungeon, the jail, stinking with the homeboys. State prison. Like, what's worse than state prison? But with the shooter, in his case, he get to go in luxury. He did something 25 times worse than the shooter did. Well, the shooter did something 25 times worse than Young Thug did, but the shooter get to live more comfortable than Young Thug. Is that white supremacy? Is that white privilege? I mean, all over again. Is that even more proof of white privilege?
Yeah, they got that privilege, boy.
I'm gonna kill 10 people and shoot many more, two more people and kill 10, and I get to live more comfortable. Say if Young Thug get life and the shooter get life, because they don't have the death penalty. So the worst thing can happen to him is life. The worst thing that can happen to Young Thug is life in prison. But Young Thug got to live in worse conditions than the shooter. Is that white privilege?
He might be kind of all right because he's fluky. So
is that even?
He might be the man.
I think that's an act. I think all that was just a cover up just for to push my criminal enterprise so I can keep them off me. I could play like I wear dresses and stuff like that so I can keep shooting at people and doing this and all that.
You remember who he used to date, right?
Oh. Put me on.
Two different people.
I never really followed Young Thug.
I forgot who he used to date the first time.
I never really followed
him. The second time he was dating the other dude. I can't remember.
A dude?
Name. Yeah, he was dating dudes both times. First he was dating.
Not Jeffrey.
Yeah, he was dating.
I got
what's that rapper name.
I don't know, but it's getting deep.
The second time he started messing with Tyler the Creator. But the first time
everybody want to mess with Tyler the Creator. He taking everybody, man.
But the first time
I thought Tyler the Creator was messing with Jaden Smith.
Tyler the Creator.
Will Smith's son.
Yeah, that's who we're supposedly mess with now.
Oh, that's his
boyfriend. Who was the dude that?
I don't know, but we gonna just say that
Rich Homie Quan.
Nah, man, they were group mates.
They was. Did you see the picture?
Allegedly,
he was like, "Yo, this is my boyfriend right here." Did you see that joint?
This is all alleged.
You can pull that up. Well, like, this is my boyfriend right here.
I never heard that. But
that's the first one he was dealing with.
To be fair, I never followed him.
Like, I didn't either. I like the lifestyle though. That beat was hard.
Yeah, that's my favorite song from him because I really can't name too many songs from Rich Homie.
What I could name.
I mean, neither one of them, but Young Thug, I can't name too many songs of his, but the lifestyle was my favorite. I still bump that to this day.
It was hard.
But is this Rico case fair? Is it fair? Is it fair for Gunna to be arrested because he had on a chain just because he wore a YSL chain? Is it fair for him to be arrested and charged with Rico because he had on a YSL chain? That's the only charges you got for me. I mean, come on, man. That ain't good enough. So is it fair that the shooter, the Buffalo shooter, gets to live more comfortable by receiving life in prison And if Young Thug gets life in prison, is it fair that the Buffalo shooter gets to live more comfortable and safer than Young Thug? Because Young Thug had put out hits against his rivals, YF and Lucci, and their gang. So it's going to be dangerous for him too.
Yeah.
So shout out to the young stoner life. I wish the best for him. I hope everything turn out as positive as it can turn out for him. And I can't say that about the Buffalo shooter. I hope they get everything they got or can get to them. And I just don't like the fact that one gets to go to state prison and one gets to go to federal prison. And federal prison is way more comfortable and safer than state prison. I mean, it make sense.
If up in NY too, they probably got him living good.
I mean, once he go to prison, get convicted, and he pleaded not guilty. Come on, man. You went live on Twitch. He streamed it live on Twitch. They had it up there for 2 minutes. 2 minutes before they deleted it. How can you go live with a camera on your helmet, shooting people, killing, murdering people, and then get in court and claim not guilty? All right.
That's like Little Kim when they got her when she got locked up. She got locked up for lying on the oath. Because she kept saying she wasn't there. She ain't see nothing. But they were looking at her on the camera like, so this ain't you? You with the blonde hair?
Well, I mean, it's different situations. You break the law. They got so many laws out here. You break them, you going to jail. So, I mean, it is what it is. But shout out to Young Stoner Life and everybody that's fighting at Rico. I hope they get some breaks. After y'all see this video, I hope y'all give them some breaks because it don't make sense. Make it make sense. The shooter going to live a much more comfortable life. If you do something in New York, even if it is a hate crime, what can you say? I'm gonna give them 10 life sentences plus the feds take it over and give them 100 more years or something because it's a hate crime. Just give them 10 life sentences in the state penitentiary so he can get punished more severely because state is worse. Not saying I hope the guy get murdered in there, but I mean, come on. Come on, man. Make it make sense. All right, that's enough of that. What we got next?
Do we want to go to sports?
We gotta wrap it up, so we might as well talk about some sports. Because last night, who played last night?
The
NBA. Celtics Bucks. That was the first game that came on. Yeah. I was rooting for the Bucks.
Same here. I root for the Bucks too.
But
I'm a Laker fan, so you know Celtics like my rival.
I don't feel like I don't agree that Giannis is the best player in the NBA right now. He might be the most average player in the NBA right now. Because he know how to do everything. He can do everything.
He like the best.
He can do a little bit of everything. He could block. He could steal. He could rebound. He could post play. He can shoot mid-range. And every now and then he get a three. That's why I say he the most average person. So if I had to pick a player, I would pick maybe somebody like a Giannis. But that don't mean that he could take over the games and win you games every game. Because if they had Chris Middleton
with that, would be in.
They would have won. I think they would have won.
He need his Scottie Pippen, man.
But they didn't have him. So that's why I say that Giannis couldn't deliver. Because when you prove that you're the best, they could take whoever they want off your team and you can still win. You know what I mean? But I was rooting for the Bucks. I was rooting for Giannis.
You got to do it. Tatum, Brown, Smart.
Jason Tatum played better than Giannis did. Just give it up. You got to give it to Jason Tatum. The boy was hitting like 7 threes. Every game he came hard. So it's all about heart. Giannis, he plays with a lot of heart. He'll give you 40. But last night, what he ended up with, like 25 points? It wasn't enough.
He needs somebody else to step up too, though.
I think that Jason Tatum deserved it. I think Jason Tatum deserved to win. I think Jason Tatum played like he wanted to beat Giannis, and that's what happened. I don't feel like Giannis.
Tatum went to Kobe Bryant school, man. Got trained well, baby.
I don't feel like Giannis played like he wanted to beat Jason Tatum, but I do feel like Jason Tatum played like he wanted to beat Giannis. So, shout out to the Boston Celtics for beating down the Milwaukee Bucks last night. But I do believe if they had Middleton they would have won.
Totally different story.
I think the series,
Game 7.
Yeah, I think the series would have ended a lot sooner than that. But now after that game, the most embarrassing. I think the most embarrassing game was when the Warriors got beat up by Memphis without Ja Morant. I think that was embarrassing. But I also think when the Suns played last night against the Dallas Mavericks, that was a beatdown for a game 7.
Luca a beast though too.
Because
Suns got the team.
Because the reason I say that is because CP3, they call him the point guard. And he never show up in big games to me. I think he's not what everybody says he is. I mean, he has who he needs on his team. He has everybody.
Yeah.
He's not like a Giannis. Giannis had a missing piece on his team. An important piece.
Yeah.
A piece that he had last year and he went all the way with.
Paul had got everybody.
Chris Paul had everybody and he got blown out. They lost. They was behind like 50-some points at one point, like 56 points they were behind at one time. I mean, come on, like
Paul got 10.
And then on top of that, DeAndre Ayton, him and his coach
got into
they started arguing on the sidelines, and DeAndre Ayton only played 17 minutes, I believe.
Yeah.
It was like
pulled like third quarter.
Third quarter, he got pulled out the game, and the coach, Monty Williams, told him that he quit on him. Like, hey, you quit on him. And that's the worst thing you could do. Tell a player that he quit. That means you ain't doing nothing. You just letting people dog you out. You ain't even trying to get no blocks. I mean, how can you be 7 feet tall with no blocks in a basketball game?
Yeah. Against a team that loved to drive.
And they said they had to restrain the two on the sideline, like keep them apart from each other. They had to keep DeAndre Ayton from beating up.
He about to be a free agent, right? After this.
Yeah, he going into free agency. He never had a big contract, max contract, or what he should get.
We'll have him on the Lakers. You know what LeBron gets.
So I do believe that he is gonna, because of what happened last night, he is gonna search for a new home, because
Hornets, he need to go to the Hornets with Ball and Rozier.
I mean, he could play, but he doesn't have that dog in him.
Yeah, it's a lot of them, man. That's why Ja Morant, boy, that's my boy. Ja got that.
That's why Ja
boy.
beat what's it called, Anthony Towns, because he don't have no dog in him neither.
Oh, yeah.
He a good player. He could do it
all.
That's
why Jimmy Butler,
but he ain't aggressive enough.
That's why Jimmy Butler used to fuss at him when they were over
He
there.
remind me of the dude, what's his name, that used to play?
Kwame Brown.
No. What dude? You put him down there, bad boy. When you say Kwame,
hey, don't have Kwame Brown.
What's the dude that played for the Lakers?
Kwame Brown dissing us like.
Shout out to Kwame Brown, but I didn't say nothing bad about Kwame Brown. I said you put him bad when you put him down there with Kwame Brown.
Kwame got rebounds, man. He looked out for my boy Kobe. That's why Kobe ain't never fussed him out. Long you get the rebounds.
What's the dude that be wearing the cape or the dunk contest?
Oh, Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
he wasn't play too much.
Karl Anthony Towns remind me of Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
but DeAndre, he doesn't have that personality, like a laughing personality. But he to be a big man, I don't feel that he uses his size like a Shaq or Mutombo or Olajuwon. I think he playing like
all the big men need training.
He playing like a point guard. And shout out to Luca because Luca does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Luca, who can stop Luca?
Yeah, Luca is the beast.
So we got next
Luca
going
got
up.
slow crossover.
Luca plays so slow that he confuses you. You know what I'm saying? I think you be thinking you're in the Matrix. When you trying to guard Luca, I think you in the Matrix. Because he going so slow that you like, whoa, what is he going, what is he going to do? And then he does it. Like, I don't know what it is, but nobody can stop him.
Yeah.
Luca getting like 30 points a game, like every game. No matter who you put on Luca, he going to get 30 points. Like, shout out to Luca.
What you think about Doc Rivers? I told everybody that he wasn't a top coach, and he's still doing the same crap. He only won that one championship. Rondo was running the team.
I'm
mad with him because he cost my boy T-Mac.
I said this before that I'm not gonna get up here and talk about the black coaches.
So we got.
I ain't got no issues with him. I ain't got no issues with him. I got a problem with James Harden. We need to go back to that because James Harden is up for a max contract. And to get off of coaches, because coaches get a lot of blame for stuff that the players should get blamed. The players on the court, they on the court.
Superstars, like a lot of them are hard-headed. A lot of them is uncoachable. Like Westbrook, he's uncoachable.
The players on the court, the coaches. Even if the coach tell you to do something and you don't do it, does it fall back on the coach? Does it fall back on a Mark Jackson? If Mark Jackson tell a superstar to do something, go left, and the superstar say, I ain't going left, I'm going to play the game I play, and you keep losing and losing and losing, he is coaching, but
everybody
not
listen to Mark Jackson, though. Mark Jackson got the Warriors, like, first time going to the playoffs, and even deep in the playoffs in forever.
I like Mark Jackson.
I hope he come to the Lakers though. I heard the Lakers trying to look at him, but the NBA like blackballed him or something.
Since we on coaches, what you think about Jason Kidd? Everybody said Jason Kidd want a good coach. Is it the players or is it the coach?
Jason Kidd.
Is it the players or is it the coach? Because you can get fired from one job and then go to another team and then go to the finals.
It depends on the team.
I mean, everybody was talking about Jason Kidd.
You can tell by it depends on the.
You talking about Jason Kidd?
The Nets had got.
But now he got Luca. Is Luca listening to Jason Kidd, or is?
See, I would think it would be easier.
Luca playing ball.
It's easier to coach Luca because he's not one of them crazy big-headed superstars.
Who did Jason Kidd coach for last?
It's the reason Lakers and what Jason Kidd's on the Bucks? He coached the Bucks.
He coached the Nets.
He played for the Nets. He coached them.
He coached the Mavericks.
No, I'm saying
Dallas.
The Nets. What didn't he coach Bucks one time too?
Who did he coach?
I had to Google.
KD was on the team or Kyrie?
It's about the Nets. They got Steve Nash. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They got Nash.
That's who played. That's who coached.
But
so what you think about Steve Nash?
You already knew that was gonna be bad because what Kyrie said, he said we don't need no coach before they even started coach. So you already knew that wasn't gonna work.
I did not know that.
All the time.
I did not know that.
Superstars do not listen. They hard.
I do want to say that I did not know that the Nets wasn't going to work. I didn't think it was going to work with James Harden, but after James Harden left, I thought it was going to work.
No, when they pulled in Ben Simmons, I knew it was over.
But he didn't play though.
Exactly. They just wasted a trade for nothing. The Nets messed up when they traded all the defensive guys to the Cavs. That's why the Cavs ended up being good, because they got all the Nets defensive dudes. But then You added all this offensive power. They traded for Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons actually do play defense. So they thought they were gonna bring in a defensive player because they ain't had no defense. Ben Simmons ain't play, so it was like over for him. Like even if they score 120 points, the opponent's gonna score 121.
I
Because of their
think
defense so terrible.
I think that Miami and Boston is gonna be a good series.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Shout out to Bam.
I think that
Take Boston out of here.
that's gonna be something that I can't pick. That's who is gonna
Heat
win.
and 6.
Who is gonna win between Miami and Boston? I think it's gonna go
Heat and
7.
Unless somebody get
I'm
hurt.
picking 7 games off rip when it comes to Miami and Boston.
Oh no, Miami too big.
Miami
They got everything.
They can shoot the 3 with Boston. I do believe Miami can shoot the 3 with Boston. They have Tyler Hero, and I think Tyler Hero can shoot with the best of them.
Got Butler.
6 man. And I think Jimmy Butler doesn't get enough credit when it comes to the finals. You can say what you want about Jimmy Butler, the regular season, but when it comes to the finals, him and Jason Tatum, they right up there with the best of them. When it comes to showing up in the finals, Jimmy Butler. So it's going to be a good series when it comes to the Miami-Boston. So who you think going to pull it off? Who you think going to pull it off?
Miami and Boston. Tell you go for Boston. I mean Miami.
I
think they too big for
what?
I'm going with Miami. I think they too big for
And then we got Dallas.
Oh, Warriors.
Yeah.
I had to think about it. I forgot Warriors got there kind of quick.
Who you think in that series?
Warriors in Dallas. That's gonna be a good one too.
You're supposed to be ready.
That's gonna be a good one too.
You're supposed to already ready.
Who you think?
I want to say if they can find somebody to lock down Luca, and I don't know who is that, maybe Wiggins or maybe
Warriors don't play real good.
I don't know who Draymond gonna be on. It depends on the text, who get kicked out and all that. Yeah. But the Warriors, they got some dogs on defense, though. You say they don't play good defense, but they got Draymond. He better than Aiden. So, I mean, you got some guys that's big for no reason, and some guys.
But I think Miami gonna take everything though.
I think they're gonna take the full. I think if it's not gonna be Miami, it's gonna be Boston. It's coming. I
always said somebody out of the East coming. It's
coming out of the East. Yeah. I do believe, but don't quote me on that.
I was thinking Bucks, but with Middleton being gone, I was like, so I'm thinking the Heat could. It's gonna be a team with a big man.
Okay, shout out to everybody that graduated this week. This
shout out to my boy Leroy Harley, 71-year-old, graduated from the University of South Carolina.
Shout
71-year-old.
Yeah, before we
graduated,
we leave,
congratulations.
Before we leave, I want to say shout out to everybody that graduated, and we got one special person that we wanna show at the end of this show. And once again, this has been the K Pasa Podcast. I'm your host, the ringleader, Cake.
And I'm the one that scored all the points, Luca. I mean, Action Pack.
All right, we'll catch y'all next time.
Kobe.
Then from the town of Bowman by the name of Leroy Harley got to walk across the stage at the University of South Carolina after completing his degree for teaching, get this, at 71 years old. Well, Harley went back to school at 69 after deciding to make a career change, and he has a message to those who might be afraid to take the leap.
I say go ahead and do it. I mean, because not only do you bring a lot to the table. Okay, there's a lot you have to learn at the table, but you bring a lot to the table.
All right, and you see him looking very happy.